you're so kissable. L is the love light in your eyes. M-N-O-P. I could go on all day. Q-R-S-T. Alphabetically speaking, you're okay. You make my life complete. V means you're very sweet. W-X-Y-Z. I love to ramble through the alphabet with you to tell you what you mean to me. I heard that out for you, didn't I? That's okay. You're fine. Okay. And we love Sound of Music, so we say do re mi.
Oh, yeah.
A deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run, so a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so, tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do, 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 do. Okay, we got that point. Okay, got that one. Comet will make your teeth turn green. It tastes like Listerine. Comet will make you vomit. So get some Comet and vomit today. That was not one of Mom's favorites. I wonder why. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. It rolled off the table and onto the floor. And then my poor meatball rolled out of the door. It rolled in the garden and under a bush. And then my poor meatball was nothing but mush. The mush was as tasty could be. And early next morning, it grew into a tree. The tree was so covered with beautiful moss. It grew lovely meatballs and tomato sauce. So if you eat spaghetti all covered with cheese, hold on to your meatball and don't ever sneeze. Bless you. Okay, y'all can imagine what fun we had doing, trying to think of these songs that we did. Last night, our house was like insane. All the dogs were howling and barking at us. And we were like, there's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza. A hole, then mend it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then mend it, dear Georgie, mend it. With what shall I mend it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I mend it, dear Liza? With what? With straw, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With straw, dear Georgie, with straw. The straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long. Then cut it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then cut it, dear Georgie, cut it. With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what? With a knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a knife, dear Georgie, with a knife. This knife is too blunt, dear Liza, dear Liza. This knife is too blunt, dear Liza, too blunt. Then sharpen it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then sharpen it, dear Georgie, sharpen it. With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what? With stone, dear Georgie, with stone, dear Georgie, with a stone. This stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. This stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry. Then wet it, dear Georgie, then wet it, dear Georgie, wet it. With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, with what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what? with water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, with water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, with water. With what shall I get it, dear Liza, dear Liza, with what shall I get it, dear Liza, with what? With a bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, with a bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, with a bucket. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza. There's probably still a hole in my bucket. I mean, y'all can sing along if you go through some crazy songs we sang. There was a hole. Was what? A hole.
Oh.
How did that start? Was a hole. There was a hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that hole, there stood a tree. There stood a tree, the prettiest tree that you ever did see. Oh, the tree in the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that tree, there was a branch. The prettiest branch that you ever did see. Oh, the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that branch, there was a nest. The prettiest nest that you ever did see. Oh, the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that nest, there was an egg. There was an egg? Yeah. The prettiest egg that you ever did see. Oh, the egg and the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that egg, there sat a bird. A bird? Yeah, the prettiest bird you ever did see. Really? Yeah. It's a pretty bird. It was blue. It had these big. Oh, the bird on the egg and the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the ground, and a tree in the hole in the ground. Sorry. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Last night too. And on that bird, what did you find? A feather. A feather? Yeah. Don't you usually have a wing first? Maybe so. Hey, just remember the wing.
It'll get over faster if we do that.
Yeah, well, please go. Help us, Lord, get through this thing. And on that feather, there was a bug.
Yeah.
The prettiest bug. What kind of bug? I think it was a ladybug, with the black dots, because then we can say, and on that bug there were black dots.
No, we're not going there.
This thing just goes on forever and ever.
Anyway, shall we do from the top? From the bug?
Sure. Oh, the bug on the feather, and the feather on the wing, and the wing on the bird, and the bird on the nest, bird on the egg, and the egg on the nest, and the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around.
Preston loves that song.
It's a great
Just
song.
kind of make it up as we go.
Yeah, we think of different things to put on top of the egg.
There were a couple of songs that our dad taught us, actually.
And our mother didn't like.
There you go.
You should not have taught them that.
But one of our favorites is...
A salute to Texas.
Oh, go ahead.
T for Texas, T for Tennessee, T for Thelma. My girl, you made a fool out of me. That was one of Daddy's songs. Okay, what were you going to say?
Roscoe.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think this is our last song, isn't it?
No, we're going to do Tell Me Mom.
Okay. Next to the last, don't worry, then we're going to eat.
I got a dog, his name is Roscoe.
I raised Roscoe from a pup. He can stand up on his hind legs if you hold his front legs up. That's nothing. I got a horse, his name's Napoleon, named him for his bony parts. He could win any race he ran in if he got a proper start.
That's nothing.
My dad got bored and it's a wonder. It can give you shakes and thrills. It will go right down the valleys if you push it up the hill. Now that's something.
Okay.
like to sing with each other. You know, we'd be in the back seat. They couldn't keep us quiet. We were all harmonizing and such. But they sang this song, and we just loved it when we were little. We used to love to harmonize, and we're going to try to harmonize this morning. There's no guarantees. Okay. You pitch it. Tell me why